Hello everybody and welcome to a new video. Today we're doing the 2020 election under the 1860 election format, which we have the Republican Party with Donald Trump as at the helm. We have the Northern Democratic Party, which is you representing Bernie Sanders. The Constitutional Party, John Kasich is representing that party. And the Southern Democrat Party, Joe Biden. Now you might be wondering, why is he, you said Andrew Yang was going to be his vice president. Well, Andrew Yang's a Northerner, not a Southerner. And Biden is from Delaware. He is a Southerner. Stacey Abrams, Georgia, Southerner. All right, now let's fill in this map. Now we're doing this is on the 1860 format, but we're doing it by today's standards, policies, and such. Washington will go to. I'm not going to fill in likelies because there's so many candidates here; it'd be confusing. Sanders will win the state of Washington. He has overwhelming support there. Trump, with all these candidates, will most likely win the state of Oregon. California is most likely going to go to Joe Biden within this scenario. Nevada, with the split voting from Sanders and Biden, which will most likely take overcoming within the state. Kasich will most likely be your standard third-party candidate. Won't get that much of the vote. Won't take much out of Trump, and Trump will most likely win the state. Arizona, however, will most likely going to go to Biden, with Kasich actually having a strong following within the state of Arizona. He will most likely take away votes from Trump, which will go to Joe Biden, or Bernie Sanders, but most likely Joe Biden. Utah will most likely go for the underdog, which in this case is John Kasich. John Kasich will most likely win the state of Utah and Idaho, as that matter. Montana will most likely going to go to Sanders, or a bunch of social. Look, Bernie Sanders is progressive and a socialist, and there are a bunch of them within the state of Montana. Not as much as the conservative base, but Kasich is going to be taken away from the conservative poll, and the centrists are going to, and that centrist poll, and Sanders is going to win around 30% of the poll, while the rest will pick up the scraps. Wyoming will go to Donald Trump. That is pretty safe to say. And Colorado too. I could see him winning the state of Colorado. I could see Biden winning New Mexico. Hey, look, he's getting a nice little line. Hawaii, Kasich has a stronger following than Donald Trump, Bernie Sanders, or Joe Biden in the state, so he's going to win that state. Oh, man, look at this pot. Oh, wait, that's new. I didn't think he could do that. That's cool. It's cool. Hawaii, that's going to go to Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders, overwhelming support in the state of Hawaii. North and South Dakota, most likely going to go to Donald Trump, as well as Nebraska at large, Nebraska's third district. Sanders will most likely win the second district as well. The pro-worker union within Nebraska's second district will most likely overwhelmingly vote for Sanders over Trump, or anybody really. Kansas and Oklahoma most likely going to go to Donald Trump. John Kasich will win the state of Texas. Kasich has a stronger, even though he didn't win this, the state in the primaries, it was because the overwhelming support for Ted Cruz in the state, which is why Trump or Kasich didn't even win the state back in the 2016 Republican primary. But Kasich has a stronger following in the state than Donald Trump does. Minnesota will go for Bernie Sanders in this case. Moving on. Iowa, that'll go for Joe Biden. I don't see it going for any of these other candidates. Missouri and Arkansas, Louisiana, us down here, they will go to Donald Trump. These are progressively, no, not that kind of progressive, but progressively red states. Mississippi, Alabama are going to go to Donald Trump. Georgia will most likely go to Joe Biden because of Stacey Abrams being on the ticket. I don't usually like to consider vice presidents, but I feel like I have to in this scenario since vice presidents are more of a bigger thing than I am realizing. Kentucky, Tennessee, and North Carolina, South Carolina will be red states. Florida will most likely go to, actually, I think Florida will flip to the Democrat column, but at least the Northern Democrat column. So, yeah. Bernie Sanders will win the state of Florida and Virginia. I think Biden will win the state of Virginia. Excuse me. West Virginia, I could see going to Kasich. Ohio as well. It'll be Trump will be in last place in the state, but Kasich and Biden are going to be tugging over that state. But Indiana will be going to Donald Trump. I could see Joe Biden win the state of Illinois because a bunch of the Democrats in the state are going to remember him being Obama's vice president, and they're going to remember Obama being from Illinois. Wisconsin most likely going to stay a Trump state. Sanders is most likely going to win the state of Michigan, and Biden's going to win Pennsylvania. This is a very colorful map. I think Sanders is going to win New York and Vermont. Vermont by an overwhelming margin. I think it's the only person that could, second place most likely be Trump, Biden third. Kasich will maybe, get less than 1% of the vote in that state. But for New Hampshire, I believe Donald Trump will win that state. but not like big margins. Nobody here is going to be winning any state by big margins. Trust me. DC, DC's going to be split over these two candidates, but I believe Sanders will win the state by like less than 1%. They're going to be split over Sanders and Biden since they have that Democrat next to their name. Trump, I believe, will win the state of Maryland. The Republican support is going to be overwhelming for Trump rather than Sanders and Biden, in case that you has considered switching parties to the Democratic Party. Delaware will go to Joe Biden. New Jersey will go to Biden. Connecticut will go to Biden. Rhode Island I believe, will go to Sanders. The worker union in Rhode Island being stronger than these following states, and these Jewish population will follow up towards Biden. Massachusetts, I believe, could go to Biden as well. Maine's first district, that's tough, but I believe Kasich will win in that state by a small margin, but not too big of a margin. Trump will most likely win the second district of Maine, as well as Maine at large. So, guys, this is the final electoral map. Very colorful, very colorful. We have no clear winner. Great. Alright, so we have to take out... So, by rules, the top three candidates will go to, I think it's the House. Yes, the House of Representatives. So, goodbye, Kasich. You are not going to be in the final bit. I'll be right back. Alright, so we're going to be basing this off of this. So, we're going to fill in all the states filled in red because we can safely assume... Hold on, I was doing something. Warning, we're just going to have to fill in Nebraska at large and Maine at large. DC will most likely not be a part of this. So, let's fill in all these safe reds. Excuse me. Trump is going to be winning these states. Right, yeah. We're going to fill in Nebraska at large. Alright, because we can safely assume that the House will, these House Republicans will stay with Donald Trump, especially since there is a high likelihood that the Democrats are going to be fighting over, no, Biden, no, Sanders, yeah. And yes, I think that is good. Donald Trump has 22. He needs 26 to get the win. So let's come down here. Okay, this is gonna take a little minute. Sorry. Let's see. Coalition: 15 Dems, 7 Republicans, 2 Independents. So, what? Oh, huh? That's confusing. Anyway, it's pretty much safe to say that Trump will win Alaska as well. So there we go. California. I think we could safely assume California is going to go to Joe Biden. I think Biden's support in he's a coastal elite, so Biden's going to win California, but that might be wrong for the other ones. Colorado is most likely going to go to Donald Trump. If you would split that number in half, you get less than the Republicans in Colorado. We could safely assume Trump's going to win in Connecticut as well. This is wrong, isn't it? Yes, this is wrong. This is wrong. Federal districts. Fuck it. I'll use my knowledge. I'm not changing anything, except Connecticut. Connecticut would most likely pick Biden over Trump. The Washington representatives are going to go for Biden. Sanders. But Biden's going to win these 3 states here. Trump's going to win in Montana. Biden's going to win the representative vote in New Mexico as well. Sanders is going to win the Hawaii vote. Kansas is going to get the Trump vote. Louisiana as well. We could safely assume Wisconsin is going to get the Trump vote as well. Trump's already got over the margin to become president anyway. North Carolina as well. Possibly even Virginia. I could see Pennsylvania getting the Biden vote, and Michigan, and Illinois. New York is going to get that vote as well. Vermont going to go to Biden. I can actually see, with the vote swing between the Democrats, Trump's going to win. Yeah, Maine and New Hampshire. But we got to take these off because we can't, because that's extra votes that we can't give them. Maine, however, I think will go to Biden. The representatives in the state are very household to the centrist as Biden. So it's pretty much a centrist, a Republican, and a progressive. That's pretty much it. Now down the list, I think Massachusetts the representatives will go for Biden, as well as Rhode Island. Maryland will most likely go to Trump as well. As well as New Jersey. I think the representatives in New Jersey will overwhelmingly go for Donald Trump. Delaware, I think, will go to. The representatives in Delaware are going to go for Joe Biden since he is representing them. Donald Trump has been elected by the House as the next president of the United States. The vote splitting caused by Biden and Sanders by the House Democrats caused Trump to get reelected almost unanimously, with Biden only winning 3 states. Sanders winning 3 states, Biden winning 13. This video is a clusterfuck. I know. I'm sorry, but this guy one saying